All right, enter the studio. Hi, Russell.
Good morning. How are you?
I found him.
Great job yesterday.
Getting hard at work.
Hard at work. Mixing up some paints on my marble slab here.
Oh, wow.
Grinding up some pigment, mixing it with some oil. I think I'm painting your dad this morning or this afternoon.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
He's gonna sit for you.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Beautiful. So what pigment colors?
Right now I'm mixing up burnt sienna.
Burnt sienna.
Burnt sienna. There are certain colors I don't have pigment for, such as manganese blue. So that's manganese blue that I will actually mix up white in that so that I can have a nice cool color to mix up my flesh colors.
Okay.
And here
And how do you use your multimedia TV here?
Well, I hooked it up to my computer. When I saw the television over there on the side, I said,
Okay.
oh wow, it's meant to be. I need to be in this space.
Yeah.
So I get to listen to art videos. Sometimes I don't listen to them. I mean, sometimes I don't watch them, but there's certain interviews that I enjoy that a couple of them came out this week. So I had the pleasure of watching them on this big screen here. This morning there is a video on portrait drawing that I haven't seen. So I figured I would put that on while I was mixing up my colors.
So Russell Harris and I met each other in 1996 in Chicago, Illinois. Land of Lincoln. I saw the car out there. And I was American history teacher in the middle school to 8th graders, basketball coach, and dean of students of the middle school.
Yes, dean of students.
At the Latin School of Chicago.
And then
And
he
you
left us.
were.
Then he left us.
Then I left you.
You left me. My piano player left.
Oh, that's right.
Then I had to force myself to learn chords and everything on the piano.
So I was helpful to you.
Yes, he forced me to learn how to play piano.
And I was a teacher in the daytime and a blues musician at night. And I'm still a blues musician and singer-songwriter.
Some things never change.
So tell me, what were you doing in 1996? And you're still at the Latin School as the, dean of all art.
Well, during that time, teaching 6th grade students to 8th grade and teaching a high school painting class. Things have changed a little bit since then. Now I teach a 5th grade class into the mix now.
Okay.
And because I teach a 5th grade, I don't teach 9th grade anymore.
Okay.
So that shifted out, which is fine. Love my middle schoolers. They always give me a burst of energy in the morning, which I need. And I direct the gospel choir. I also,
As always. Sure.
yeah, and I also have clubs, a couple of clubs. One is an art club, of course,
All right.
and another one is a model building club, in which
Is that like the model airplane? type of building?
airplanes, also houses.
Okay.
Some students have been really open to other options other than military things.
And does that lead into architecture, design,
It could.
and
It
other
could.
interests?
There are some students that want to go in that direction, so they figured, let me try out model building.
Oh, I've been holding your donut and coffee.
Thank
here.
you.
This is from Taft Farms. Do you eat donuts?
Yes, I do.
Do you drink coffee?
I do.
Okay, you're gonna enjoy this. I put some milk and sugar in there, but
Awesome.
I don't put sugar in my coffee.
Okay. That should be good. You see me mix up some manganese blue.
Manganese blue.
Manganese blue and white.
Beautiful. Welcome to the James Weldon Johnson Fellowship in the Arts program.
Thank you. I appreciate the invitation. It was a great week. I had an opportunity to really focus on the art and meet some wonderful people while I was here.
You drove all the way from Atlanta,
Baltimore, yeah, all the way, not Baltimore, Chicago. I'm originally from Baltimore. Let me get some nice.
I have
clear.
never witnessed this process before.
It's time consuming, but it's worth it. It is worth it. Some people like to just use their brush to mix this color up. I like to use my palette knife. And then I put it on my palette, my wooden palette. That looks about it.
And the wooden palettes to your left?
Yes.
Oh my. I've only seen this in museums, old photographs. And you are...
I still use it. There's some people that use...
This technique goes back how long?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds of years. The reason I like to mix up my own, or grind up my own pigments for my oil paints, because it puts me in control over how much oil is in the paint. Most of the time when, for instance, if I just squeezed out some more manganese blue, you can see that there's a deposit of oil that comes out of it. And sometimes it's a lot of oil, and which weakens the pigment and the potency of the color. So if I put my own oil in my own pigments, it allows me, again, to have control over how much oil is in each color.
And what type of artist are you?
I like to paint realistically. I like to paint things the way I see them. I'm not an abstract painter, even though I have painted abstractly before. I do appreciate some abstract painters, but to be truthful or honest with myself, I am more in line with more the classical type of artistry.
And what type, how would someone describe your art or the tools that you use? You mentioned oils.
Yeah, oil paint. I grind, like I said, I grind up my own pigments, which look like this.
Oh, okay, all right. Where do you buy that?
Any art store will sell them, mostly, like Blick or some of these pigments I ordered from a place in Italy called Zecchi.
Now, is that the foundation of the paint? It starts with the pigment?
Yes, whether it's watercolor, gouache, acrylic paint, whatever you combine the pigment with will yield its property of whether it's watercolor or oil paint.
And what's pigment? What does that mean?
Pigment is, again, it's basically just colored dirt. This is pigment. And whatever you mix that pigment with, such as gum arabic is used for
so there's
watercolor.
There's dirt in these colors.
Well, this is just basically just dirt, colored dirt.
And how does the dirt get this color?
It's refined, and again, it's some of it's synthetic, some of it's natural.
All right. Okay.
Like I said, stuff that when I order my pigment from Zecchi, from what I understand, most of them are pure. Some of them have cadmium in it, so you have to be careful with the cadmium. And so basically, again, it's basically just colored dirt mixed with a vehicle, which is, in this case, I'm mixing oil.
When you say careful, what do you mean? What
Cadmiums are much more dangerous to
Okay.
work with, than synthetic type of colors. For instance, even my process of preparing my painting surfaces, I work on linen surfaces, which is more so museum quality.
Okay.
And they'll last a lot longer.
Now, is this the surface behind me?
Yes, that painting right there is done on linen
Okay.
with rabbit skin glue and white lead.
Okay. Oh, so this is all a part of one paint. I saw pieces of this painting as you were developing it.
Uh-huh. So just showing little snippets of it.
Oh, okay. All right, look at that. Very awesome. Huh. Wow.
So I've been making changes on it while I've been here. And along with painting on alla prima paintings that's over there hanging on the wall. So those two people that painted. One is the photography.
Alla prima,
Alla
right?
prima means one sitting.
One sitting, okay.
So about 3 hours, and in that 3 hours it includes breaks.
Breaks, okay.
And so they might get, sit for about 20 minutes, then get about a 5-10 minute break. Come back, sit for another 20 minutes.
And these are people you found on Bard College at Simon's Rock.
Exactly.
That's impressive.
And they were so nice to be tortured by me, because it gets tedious just sitting there sometimes. That's why I think that I'm trying to plan out working with your dad, because I'm trying to think about what is the most efficient way of getting down what I need to get down. So what I've done, I've prepared a surface already
Okay.
to save time, so I'm not preparing it when he's here.
Now, is he coming here, or is you going to him?
I think he was coming here.
He's coming here?
If that's possible, yeah.
Okay, he said you were coming to him, but I'll get him here.
Okay, cool.
12 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, because the lighting is set up
Yeah, okay.
correctly, and so I'm going to use the track lighting
All right.
to get the right type of lighting. So I'll turn off these fluorescent lights.
All right.
I might have to play around with the lighting a little bit more just to get it just right, so I can work efficiently by getting shapes of shadows and form down quickly.
Okay. And how much time are you going to have it for?
Again, alla primas normally last 3 hours. I'm going to try to condense that time as short as I can
Okay.
to get down the essence. So I'm going to have to switch up my strategy a little bit in terms of how I put down the paint and how I set up the lighting to get the most efficient contrast on his head, so I can get a quick impression of him.
Because he has little stamina.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Most of the time when I paint older people, I picked up on that, so that allows me to, it challenges me as a painter to get down a lot in a short amount of time. It's kind of like landscape painters when they have to paint the landscape quickly because the light is shifting.
I see. Okay.
So they have to get down what they need, the essence of what they're looking at before the light starts to move. So that'll be me.
Now, how's this place helped you? The 5 acres, James Weldon
Oh,
Johnson,
it's just, again,
legacy. How's it
it's
advancing?
peaceful. It is. It allows me to focus. It also allows me to not have a lot of distractions. So I'm not in a state of mind where I have to pick up so-and-so or have to go to a meeting or do something like that. So it allows me to really focus on the work.
Well, I'm going to get out of your hair so that you can focus on your work. And I love you, my brother. Oh, you told me to bring my guitar. I brought my guitar to the studio. Okay.
I love that. Yes, I want to hear
So
something.
thanks for coming out last night.
Oh, it was an awesome experience.
Okay, I love you, man.
I love you too.
Russell Harris, James Weldon Johnson, 2019 Fellow in the Arts here in Great Barrington at Bard College at Simon's Rock.
Yes.
Amen.